All right, here we have a 1915 Indian C3 Big Twin. My 1915 Indian was cranking out well over 20,000 bikes a year in its state-of-the-art Springfield, Mass factory, while its closest competitor was only at 10,000, and in the United States, Indian made up nearly half of the country's motorcycles and had a dealership distribution makeup of over 2,000. This one here is a 7 horsepower, 61 cubic inch, 1000 cc inlet over exhaust V twin. It was one of Oscar Hedstrom's last engines to come out of the Springfield factory, because he resigned in 1913 on March 24th because of a disagreement with the board regarding dubious practices to inflate the company's stock value. George Henry resigned in 1916. Indian continued production out of their Springfield, Mass plant until 1953 when they went out of business. All right, here we have a 1929 Moto Guzzi Sport 14. The Sport Series was the only model Moto Guzzi produced between 1923 and 1928 and was well regarded for its good performance, beautiful lines, and excellent build quality. The first sport model, the Sport 13, was 500 cc that produced 13 horsepower at 3,800 RPM. Everyone loved the external flywheel motor, the bacon slicer, of this horizontal inlet over exhaust F head single. The external flywheel meant a very narrow crankcase was possible, which made for an extremely robust crankshaft that was free of flex. The Sport 14 was only produced for 2 years from 1929 to 1930, and it had an improved, very strong twin-tube frame with new check spring forks and a front brake for the first time. The horizontal engine gave a very low center of gravity and thus excellent handling with a light 300-pound weight at 75 mile an hour top speed. All right, here we have a 1915 Triumph. 3.5 horsepower, 550 cc, single cylinder, side valve engine. This model is the one that started Triumph as a major manufacturer in the UK. There was 57,000 roughly of these made. More than 30,000 were built for the Allied forces in World War I from 1914 to 1919. This bike is complete and was in the possession of the same owner for more than 50 years. Triumph was founded in Coventry, England, to build bicycles and expanded into motorcycle production in 1902 and used Belgian Minerva engines when it first started. This model first appeared in 1907. And in 1907, the company had designed its own simple single-cylinder engines of 3.5 horsepower and 453 cc. In 1908, they massaged that side valve engine and produced 476 cc, Then in 1910 stretched it to 499 cc, and in 1914 the Model H appeared with 550 cc, 4 horsepower, and a 3-speed gearbox.